All right, Delano, thank you. Now on Bounce, wearing sunglasses is about more than just looking good because they play a key role in protecting your eyes from harmful ultraviolet rays, which can cause a number of issues, including trouble seeing and wrinkles. Today is National Sunglasses Day, and Dr. Thomas Coccia is here to talk about just how important they are. He's an optometrist at MyEyeDr. So thanks for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Why should people wear sunglasses?
It's mostly about protection. When, from a doctor's standpoint, we're interested in keeping the eye in good health, keeping vision preserved, and yeah, there are some good stylish reasons, some comfort reasons. Driving towards the sun, you want to be comfortable driving that way. Maybe there's some safety factor in that, but from the standpoint of UV radiation to the eyes, it is quite harmful to the tissue of the eye.
And when should they be worn? Obviously on a sunny day, but are there benefits when it's not as sunny?
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a problem as we tend to, approach things when we're aware of them. So on a sunny day, it's kind of like, oh yeah, I need to pull out my sunglasses, right? But cloudy days can be just as bad. Certainly sunny days are bad too, you don't want to discount. So, all year round, a lot of times people just wait summertime just when they think about it, but it really should be a year-round thing during the day, even on cloudy days.
And even when it's cloudy, there are days where I've walked out and I'm like, oh man, it's bright outside, and I'll put my sunglasses on and I'm driving along, and sometimes I feel a little silly having them on, but it's good to know that you should be doing it regardless. What can happen to someone if they don't protect their eyes?
So we have some top concerns. As a matter of fact, 2 out of the 4 top reasons for blindness are actually related to sunlight. So one being cataracts. I think people are pretty familiar with that. We don't talk quite as much about that, I don't think, because we do have a cataract procedure that kind of helps eliminate that. But the one that is kind of making a little bit more publicity, talking about more, is macular degeneration. That's really probably our biggest concern. It's a part of the eye sort of straight back into the eye that really takes the brunt of the abuse from sunlight. And if you lose that tissue, it is permanent vision loss, and it's a lot more common than you might think.
Okay. What are some misconceptions about UV exposure?
I think it really is just, we kind of take the sun for granted. It's like, we all love the sun, we want to be out in it, and there's just, so many positive things about it that we just can't imagine that it would do some harm to us. Some of us, aren't as prone to sunburn, some of those things. So we think, oh, okay, well, my eyes can handle it just fine. But our eyes, they don't have, any kind of protection over them. They don't have, sunscreen. They don't, have clothes that you're wearing over top. Instead, they're just constantly exposed to the light. And just over time, it can really lead to some problems there. And
we had there on the screen some some misconceptions about UV exposure. It exists even in cold weather.
Sure.
The sun is present year-round, and even though they can't be seen, talking about the UV rays, their long-term effects are damaging to the eyes, and that goes back to what you were saying about cataracts and macular degeneration.
I think in particular the stuff that's unseen, so it's, we think, oh, the visible spectrum of the sunlight, this is the thing that's causing the problem, but it's really, these wavelengths of light that we don't even perceive. Our eyes just aren't set up to see that wavelength of light, so they're present even if we're not seeing them.
And what can people do to stay on top of their vision health? Because I have a hard time getting my husband to go to the eye doctor, every year. Well,
we're kind of coining this phrase, resting squint face, right? So it's just kind of a nice, clever little way to kind of, tell people, hey, you might have a problem. If you're squinting, so regularly that even when you're not trying to look at something, the sun's not even on you, you're still looking like you're squinting. You might have a problem. So identifying some things, but it's really just public knowledge. Understanding that we should be getting eye exams on a regular basis. This means probably a minimum of 2 years. Okay, most cases are really yearly or maybe even more often, but at least 2 years. And there's some guidelines from the AOA on this. Trying to get educated. Exactly. The frequency that's recommended, and just sort of why. There's so many eye health conditions that are just sort of hidden that you just don't really know about, that you're only really going to pick up on from an eye evaluation. If you're picking up on it, it's oftentimes too late.
Well, for more information about your vision health, go to WBTV.com. Look in the Web Extras section, which is always right on the homepage. Dr. Coccia, thank you so much for coming back by once again tonight. We appreciate it.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Delano?